to a congressman.
All right.
This game,
I'll send it to my local college football show, Chicago's College Tailgate.
We'll discuss it.
All right.
Saturdays, 8 to 10 a.m. I'd like to start with the Bears-Commanders game on Sunday because, to me, this game is not just about the discourse around the two rookie quarterbacks. This game has major playoff implications. Yesterday, Philadelphia looked like they got a little right. 28-3 beatdown of the New York Giants in the Meadowlands. If you believe that either Dallas or Philly will get right, then you also likely believe the Commanders will not win the NFC East. And if you feel that way, then you cannot lose this game and give them the tiebreaker if you have designs as the Chicago Bears on making the playoffs. Shot or no shot, this game on Sunday is a must-win game.
I'm going to say no shot.
It's a no shot as much as I would love for the Bears to win this game against Washington. Again, that would require even more people around Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. It's not a must-win, Chris, but boy, I sure would love for them to get it done.
Yeah, for sure. I'm with you on that. I'm going to say a no shot just because an NFL season works out in strange ways. If they want to make the playoffs, winning this Sunday will absolutely help their situation. If they lose against the Commanders, one, Shay's right. It would prop up the Commanders as a team that's real, a team that actually could maybe win their division, if not get a wild card spot. And then also it would mean the Bears are going to have to win tough games late. So if they want to accomplish what they want to accomplish, you need to sweep one of Detroit or Green Bay to get that done. So yes, it's a big game. I'm not going to put a must-win tag on it yet, but I do think that there are chances and ways to get around it. Mm-hmm. But it's a huge game. You got to win this game. It's not a must-win though.
It's a must. You say it's a huge game. When we say it's huge, that sounds like must to me.
Well, like it's huge in the context of if you can take care of business in the next 3 weeks, you're setting yourself up for hosting Green Bay November the 17th in week 11, and you'd be sitting at 7-2. That would be a nice spot to be sitting in.
Yeah.
If you can take care of business on the road against the Commanders and Cardinals and a pathetic Patriot team at home in the next 3 weeks, you have yourself set up for a solid month against Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, San Francisco, where we can have the conversation here on the radio station. Is this team legitimate? If you don't get to that point, if you're not 7-2 and you're, say, 5-4, rolling into that Packers game, they're not going to make the playoffs at 5-4 heading into that Green Bay game at home.
Bear?
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
They could, but Chris,
they could, but my point is, we all off season we talked about you have to stack wins early.
Yeah,
you messed up with one of those games, the Colts game. You needed that game, so now you need to take care of business in the next 3 weeks. Set yourself up 7-2. Let us all get excited. Let us have a hyped meat and cheese week against Green Bay, November the 17th. Let's get wild.
So it's a must win.
It's not a must win.
It's got to be. If my whole thing is like, if you lose to Washington and you're sitting at 4-3, I think your pathway to 10 wins becomes brutally difficult. And I think Washington ends up as a 9-win team, especially if they start this season 6-2. They might even be a 10-win team, and they'll hold the tiebreak. Your pathway to the playoffs becomes almost impossible. You win this game, you're sitting at 5-2. You've got the win over Washington. Even if you stub your toe in the divisional part of the schedule, you still own the tiebreak with a likely wild card team. That's where if you want to make the playoffs, you need this. You need this game.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. At this moment, where does the San Francisco season go? They're 3-4 off of that loss yesterday to Kansas City. Mm-hmm. They play on Sunday Night Football this upcoming week against Dallas at home. Then they have Tampa, Seattle, Green Bay, Buffalo, and then they face the Bears. Well, will San Francisco be above 500 when they face the Bears?
Probably not. But
will that be a gettable game?
It's still not a layup for the Bears, though, on the road.
Shay, you will be there. What do you think?
They're not going to have Brandon Ayuk. He's done for the year. So, yeah, I actually think it's a very gettable game.
Brock Purdy looked terrible yesterday.
He did. I just don't know what that is by the time we get to the 49er game on December 8th.
Are we at a point where we can sit here honestly and project that the Bears are going to go better than 2-4 in this division? 3-3 in this division would be an enormous win.
Yeah, 3-3 I think is the hope.
I think it's gettable. I do. Now, this is coming from a guy now that had this team 9-8 getting into the playoffs, backdooring their way into the playoffs.
I don't know if that's going to happen at 9-8 because the way the rest of this conference is shaken out, and that's where
you
9-8 we felt like 9-8 would get us in anymore with what Washington's doing. You need this win if you have designs.
Understood.
Or just win the NFC North, go 6-0 in the divisional games. Let's all drink the Kool-Aid and have a blast.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we want. Yeah, do that.
I like that as an idea. Hey, why don't we just beat the entire NFC? Why don't we beat the North? That's not going to happen.